We are coming up on 30 seconds until the start, and now it's time to remind our fans this one little piece to the puzzle so nobody jumps off that dock too quick. A crew member has to have a hand physically touching the race boat while it is at the dock. You see that crew member at the very back of the U-91. He must maintain contact with the boat when the clock says 5:00.
Yeah, just 10 seconds left, and then the race before the race starts. It's, the boats will have changed gearing, gearbox, prop, have a strategy for exactly when they need to, what lane they want to choose. If they're taking the tighter inside line, they'll have a little bit lower gear ratio, etc. So it's all predetermined, but everybody has a plan till they get punched in the face, is the saying in racing. So just have to see how it shakes out.
It is the 2025 Apollo Mechanical Cup at Seafair, and it is Heat 1A. Boats are coming out on the race course. We will have them here. 1, 2, 3 boats, 4 boats. Everybody is away from the dock.
So just a reminder, at a minute 15, they basically stack up behind the cross. They cross the line at a minute 15, and at that point their lanes are determined. But up until that point, they can jostle for lane choice. They can cut the course. They just have to. Before that minute 15, it's 7 boat lengths. Is that correct? They can't cross in front of someone unless there's a 7 boat lengths or a rooster tail.
It's 5 boat lengths or a rooster tail length during the pre-race. During the milling period, which we're watching right now, it becomes 7 during the racing.
Got it.
And the only other thing I'm going to say there, I'll just correct, is the score-up buoy is at 1:15. They can still change lanes after they score up, but it is the entrance pin to turn 2. That is the point at which they are determining their lane, and they must bring that lane, whatever lane they are in at the entrance, to turn number 2 after the score-up. That's the line they must bring to the start-finish line. And as far as cutting the race course, you've got a course map there off to your right. You see it is pretty much wide open here for where the boats can cut front to back. Interesting development going on right there. You are looking at the U-91, Andrew Tate, as he goes slowly up the backstretch here with 250. Andrew's setting himself right on an inside lane. He's serious. I think he won. Now, did somebody just jump inside of him? Jamie Nielsen did. He left the door open. Andrew Tate. Now watch J. Michael Kelly. See what Kelly does. Kelly can do a little leapfrog here. He is on the outside. Now Andrew gives it a squirt, and Andrew comes up, but Andrew chose. Andrew went through the rooster tail there. That was his choice. That was not a cut by Mike on him. And just like that, Andrew went from an inside lane. He's now sitting in lane number 3. Again, though, Tanner, these lanes could still change.
They have a minute, basically, to get from where they are entering turn 2 to get around to the start-finish, which is right on the exit of turn 2. Is that typical that the start-finish line is just after or turn 2, or is it usually further down the straightaway?
It varies from race course to race course. We got this one sitting pretty much in the middle.
Kind of in the middle. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much in the middle. The interesting boat here that we're not seeing on the screen right now is Corey Peabody. He is way behind everybody. Yeah. He is just now entering the top end of the race course. They have to come down at 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And we are still, 1 minute and 15 seconds. We're at a minute 35, so they're going to come crawling to the line. Watch and see if Corey doesn't do something here. Corey is still at the top end. You see him there on the left side of the screen.
And full speed for Corey now.
Yeah, now he could bring speed to the line. He could leapfrog all of them. This could be an interesting move. Watch Corey. He's coming up on an inside lane now. He's going to come up inside of Andrew Tate. Tate can't move now because Corey's there, and Andrew just steps up there on a legal score up at a minute 15, and like that, Andrew Tate has been pushed to the far outside. That was pretty interesting, Tanner. I'm surprised. I am very surprised that Andrew Tate left the door wide open there for Corey.
Well, it's just a determination of how wide you lead the lane. I mean, do you have to literally sit on the wake of the boat off to your side in order to make sure it's 100% closed?
Pretty much, yeah. You really do, because somebody can try and squeeze themselves in there, although a lane is defined as 30 feet. 30 feet wide, and of course that is in the eyes of the chief referee because they don't have measuring sticks across the front of the boats. Anyway, 30 seconds. Now it is all about bringing your boat to the start-finish line here as the clock strikes 0. You see Andrew Tate out in front of everybody as we get to 20 seconds. He's going to be the one on the far outside, so he's got the furthest distance to go. Got all 4 boats up there, Tanner. This could be a good start.
Yeah. J. Michael Kelly a little bit far behind, but he's trying to build up to speed. We haven't seen Andrew Tate choose the inside line all year, to be honest, and we come down with 5 seconds.
And we are 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, going to be a legal start. J. Michael Kelly's going to break the clock in the U8, the Beacon Electric. He is coming down. He's going to have the lead getting down to the bottom end of the race course. The start is clean. Now, who's going to get out first? It's going to be J. Michael Kelly. And Corey Peabody got terribly wet down there. I don't know exactly what happened to him. I did not see it. We will go back and check it. But right now, our leader up the backstretch is J. Michael Kelly in the U8, the Beacon Electric. Corey Peabody is down in the first turn. Kelly on an inside lane. He's inside of Andrew Tate. He's still got Jamie Nielsen inside of him, but he's going to have to work on keeping Tate on his right side rear view mirror, Tanner.
Great exit at turn 2 for Tate, and this is something he's been doing all season, is getting good clean exits and riding the outside line and just using outright boat speed to catch his competitors.
Now they got to be careful of Corey Peabody down there. They've got spotters that are telling him where he is. We are on lap 2 of 3. Remember, we only go 3 times around here in our prelims. Corey's trying to get refired down there. Kelly went inside of him. I don't know, and there goes Andrew Tate on the outside. Tate has gotten past Kelly. He's out by about 2.5 boat lengths. There's that shoot speed, straight out speed from Andrew Tate.
Yeah, I mean, his whole ruse of getting on the inside lane early in that race before the race could have been just that, a ruse, because he's made that outside lane work all year.
He certainly has. Coming off the top end of the race course, Kelly makes up ground on the inside lane, but it is still Andrew Tate Goodman Real Estate. He is going to come down a complete lap number 2 of 3, and he's now opened up about 2/3 of a rooster tail on J. Michael Kelly, who still sits off to his left on the inside lane. I don't think Tate's going to close the door on him. He doesn't really have enough room to do it, so I'm sure he'll stay right where he is, keeping an eye on Corey Peabody. Both boats go inside him up the backstretch, and now Andrews opened up almost a rooster tail, Tanner. He's got this one in control if he can get through the north turn clean.
Yeah, he sure does, and the water is actually great on that on the top of the course. Getting a little bit rough in turn 1, but turn 2 looks like something they can completely commit to.
J. Michael Kelly makes up ground on the inside, but he's going to run out of real estate. And here comes Andrew Tate, U91 Goodman Real Estate. Perfect boat ride from an outside lane. He'll pick up a first in our first Heat 1A. And here is second place to J. Michael Kelly in the U8, the Beacon Electric. Third place, going to go to the Miss Flavor Pack and Jamie Nielsen. But you're looking at Andrew Tate at the bottom end of the race course. And where is Corey? Is Corey running anywhere on the race course? I do not see him.
He's straight across
still
on the back
down.
straightaway. Yep.
He is still down, and if that is the case, that is a costly heat. We were talking about national high points, Tanner, and how quickly it can change. He's got to get that thing refired. If he can score any points here, it will help him, because a goose egg versus Andrews 400 points, that's going to be tough in the high points. It'll tighten everything right back up.
Now, does he just need to cross the start-finish line, or does he need to complete all the laps?
He's got to complete all his laps, and he has a certain amount of time to do it. And I'm not sure what we got some hand signals here on how many minutes it is. I was going to say it was 9. We're not sure on that one, but there is a time limit. There is a time limit that he has to finish, and he's also got to be up in a planing attitude and running when that happens. And right now, he clearly is not. But the man of the hour right now is the U91. It is the Goodman Real Estate. It is Andrew Tate. On paper, he's got 400 big points. Here comes J. Michael Kelly. He will come back to the pit area. Still looking at Corey over there. He's trying to get it lit, but this isn't going to work for him. This doesn't look positive.
Now you can see, I'm looking at a bit of a replay, maybe we'll show here in a second. Corey just got drawn to the outside and into Andrew Tate's wake, and that's what happened. You can't see if he got airborne, but we saw a huge splash from our perspective, and it just looked like he got possibly turned a bit sideways, and the boat bit stuck and flamed out, and he was just stuck in the water after going into Andrew Tate's wake.
Now, in looking at that on the replay, the question's going to be, was there a lane in there for Corey Peabody? What I just saw from the air here and from that replay that we just saw, I would say there was a line in there. It appeared to me as though perhaps Corey could not hold his going through, but we'll let the officials make that call. Either way, Andrew. And we are being told now officially there is no call on the water in turn 1. So that's a big deal. That means that one, if any question you had there is completely off the table. There is no call down there, that from the chief referee. So now, if Andrew Tate, well, no call in turn 1. That doesn't necessarily mean no call on the water anywhere. There's an interesting one right there. Is a fist bump from Dave Villwalk in the U-27 and Andrew Tate as Dave gets ready to go in our Heat 1B. But whatever went on down there in turn 1, there were no calls, so apparently the officials saw it the way I did. There was a lane in there for Corey. Corey just slid out or whatever may have happened.
What a great feeling. It's, part celebration, 2 parts relief in that moment for Andrew Tate. I'm sure last weekend wasn't the greatest, again, qualifying first and not bringing home the win. But this is the way to do it. You maximize your points. He's been fast in practice. He knows he's got a quick boat. He knows if he keeps it clean, he's going to be able to pull off a win here. And he started the weekend out right.